Hello students, welcome to the present segment on 12th Night, and we'll be doing the character of Olivia in this segment. Now Olivia, as you know, comes from a aristocratic family in Illyria. Like the Duke, she also has a very false sense of love. She believes that seclusion and denial of life would be contributive to expressing her full grief for her deceased brother. And as you know, Viola is also at the outset in the very same situation. She has also lost her brother, but we have already discussed how optimistic Viola was. Obviously, the situation here is a little bit different because Olivia must have been sure about her brother's death, father's and brother's death. But what Shakespeare mocks over here is excess of show regarding grief and being tangled in grief in such a way that one can't come out of it. While the inner mind, or you see the psychological complexion that's shown over here, psychologically she is very prone to the passions of love and other affections, but she puts a very hard exterior outside her, and the irony of a situation comes out very well right at the beginning in the exposition part of the play, particularly in our conversations with Feste. We'll go straight to that part and try to understand those places. This is Act 1, Scene 5. You see, just after she appears for the first time, she's a bit, peeved by the clown, and in a air of jovial mockery, she says, "Take the fool away." This is line 36. Take the fool away. And what does Feste say? "Do you hear, fellows? Take the lady. Take away the lady." So what Feste indirectly tries to point out is that the lady is the fool over here, and why Feste calls Olivia fool comes a little later at line 63, when the clown asks her rather jocularly, "Good Madonna, why mourn'st thou? Why are you mourning?" Olivia returns the quip, "Good fool, for my brother's death. I think his soul is in hell, Madonna." Look at the clown's reply. Olivia says, "I know his soul is in heaven, fool." And then the clown asks a very, it's a very incisive question. "The more fool, Madonna, to mourn for your brother's soul being in heaven. Take away the fool, gentlemen," coming back to the earlier idea of who the real fool is. "The more fool," I'll repeat, "the more fool, Madonna, to mourn for your brother's soul being in heaven. You are more foolish to mourn for your brother's soul being in heaven." So, if you believe that your brother is in heaven, if you believe that your brother is in the desired place in his afterlife, then why do you go on mourning for him? That's the idea. And then you see Olivia brings in Malvolio into the conversation. And what think you of this fool Malvolio? Does it not mend in the sense that it doesn't improve? And when Malvolio expresses his disapproval for Feste, see how Olivia shows that despite his infatuation with his self-image of a mourning sister, and despite her extreme show of grief, which is not a real projection of what is there within, and which, however, which is to a great extent affected, which she herself does not understand, but she has not lost her common sense. She is in good humor, and this provides a kind of a foregrounding into the fact that she will later fall readily in love with Cesario. Olivia says, "Oh, you are sick of self-love, Malvolio." You see, her estimate of Malvolio's character is quite exact. But what is also ironic over here is that she is also sick of self-love. It is her infatuation towards her own self-image that makes her behave in such a queer manner, in such a strange manner. "Oh, you are sick of self-love, Malvolio, and taste with a distempered appetite. To be generous, guiltless, and of free disposition is to take those things for a bird bolt that you deem for cannon bullets." So what you are considering cannon bullets from Feste are actually bird bolts. There is no slander in an allowed fool. He is a fool by profession. So why do you take offense in whatever he says, though he do nothing but rail? Nor no railing in a known discreet man, though he do nothing but reprove. You can see this place where you can see that she has not yet lost her good sense, and this is where she comes very close to to Orsino. Orsino has also not lost his good sense. He is to some extent similar to the character of Olivia, in being infatuated with a completely false sense of ego, but still he is also sensitive to the love of Cesario. Of course, he does not recognize the true nature of that love, but still there is a sensitivity in him, which we see in her liberal attitude towards the fun that Feste makes. However, her desperation and her that she is prone to romantic longings, she is prone to romantic appeal, comes out much more effectually in the scenes in which she encounters Cesario, and will come to Act 1, Scene 5, when you see her speeches, her conversations with Viola. When she asks Viola that if you would love me instead of your master, what would you do for me? Act 1, Scene 5, this is line 258. Why? What would you do if you actually were in your master's shoes? Viola answers, "Make me a willow cabin at your gate, and call upon thy soul within the house. Write loyal cantons of contempt love, and sing them loud even in the dead of night. Halloo your name to the reverberate hills, and make the babbling gossip of the air cry out, Olivia. Oh, you should not rest between the elements of air and earth, but you should pity me." So these are the things she would do if she were in love. And look at Olivia's response. She is to some extent caught in her words. You see, she is not being able to wittily carry on the wordplay. You might do much. And then she directly goes to the parentage, the birth, which was very important. Hierarchy in terms of birth and parentage and in terms of the family that you belong to was very important in Olivia's days and Shakespeare's days as well. So what is your parentage? Above my fortunes, yet my state is well, I am a gentleman. Above my fortunes, what you see over here, my parentage is much more than that, much better than that. I was born in a... See, she's almost bringing out the truth. Of course, also concealing it to some extent. In I am a gentleman. Get you to your lord. I cannot love him. Look at Olivia's response. Get you to your lord. I cannot love him. Let him sin no more, unless perchance you come to me again to tell me how he takes it. Fare you well. I thank you for your plans. Unless perchance you come to me, unless you come and inform me, I am not going to entertain any such suit further. Fare you well. I thank you for your pains. Spend this for me. So you get a tip. I am no feet forced lady. Keep your purse. My master, not myself, lacks recompense. So if you want to compensate, you have to compensate my master, because I am not going to accept this. I am not a paid messenger, feet post, a paid messenger. Love makes his heart of flint that you should love. It ends with a curse. Love make his heart of flint that you shall love, and let your fervour, like my master's, be placed in content. Farewell, fair cruelty. Flint is this very, very hard piece of stone. It used to light a fire. Love make his heart of flint that you shall love. If you love anyone, may his heart be of flint. And you understand my master's suit. You understand the desperation of my master. Look at the irony of these lines, because she has already started loving or fallen in love with Caesarea. And this is slightly confusing. What is your parentage? You have to remember farewell, fair cruelty, exit, calls her fair cruelty, another oxymoronic expression. But to Olivia, it is he who is fair cruelty, who is beautiful but yet cruel, because he is unable to understand Olivia's supplications, silent supplications rather, right now. Now see how Olivia in her soliloquy echoes the earlier conversation. What is your parentage? Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman. I'll be sown thou art. I can swear that you are a gentleman. Thy tongue, thy face, thy limbs, action and spirit do give thee fivefold blazon. Not to first, soft. Now blazon was a coat of arms, and a kind of an honor that you would get from the court. And you are so beautiful that you will be 5 times a gentleman. Or you will receive that honor and accomplishment almost 5 times. How now, even so quickly, may one catch the plague? The plague refers to the fever of love. Methink I feel this youth's perfections with an invisible and subtle stealth to creep in mine eyes. Well, let it be. What ho, Malvolio? Okay, she gives Malvolio a ring to actually give it to Viola, as if Viola had left that ring. But what comes out? See, even so quickly may one catch the plague. She's right at the outset. She is intelligent enough to understand her situation. Methinks I feel this youth's perfection with an invisible and subtle stealth to creep in at mine eyes. See, she is so sensitive, but somehow not sensitive to the fact that the youth is actually a woman. We'll carry on with Olivia's character in the next segment as well. Thank you.